Ah.
Lot better.
Yep. And
Can you dig it?
Warriors, come out to play! Yay!
Am I the baddest? Am I the prettiest?
Okay, you just now switched over to friggin'... You know what? I'll tell him he should consider it. And if he really needs to, I have a copy. You are the last dragon. You possess the power of the glow.
Hi, everybody.
It's like one of the most 80s movies ever made. I love it. Welcome, everybody, to High Class Geek News, where we completely forego anything that's actually important to instead talk to you about the shit that you actually care about. I'm your friendly neighborhood geekazoid, Evan Ransom. With me today, as usual, is 21st century dwarficon, John Little.
That's right, motherfucker.
We had a conversation about World War II dwarficon, and he refuses to draw it, even as a quick sketch. And everybody's favorite geek couple, Jixie.
Hello.
Thank you, Pixie and Jay, for sharing your VD with us.
Yeah, well, we shared it with Deadpool.
We did.
Or Deadpool shared us, really.
What is it?
Which brings us to tonight's episode titled Chimichangas and VD.
Oh, God.
As you know, just a few days ago, the movie we've been waiting for has come out. Let's start with the guys who are anxious about this the most. Jixie, what are your thoughts?
Considering we just got back from seeing it a second time, mostly titled Easter eggs. Which we
Easter
saw
eggs were like the best part of the movie. There's like 100 of them.
The best part of the movie is the movie.
All over the fucking place.
Even in the opening credits, which I found probably the best part, just to open up with such a kick-ass opening credits. Fantastic.
Some overpaid asshole. I mean, come on. The first time we saw it, we went Friday. First showing, 11:30 a.m. It was great. I laughed so much I almost pissed my pants. It was good. So oh man, I loved it. I mean, yeah, they could have done more with it, but
I think they could have gone in a little more
with the budget they had. They only could afford 2 X-Men.
Right.
As they seem to point out.
What do you think, Dwarficon?
A CGI X-Men. Some CGI dude.
Dwarficon, how do you feel about Deadpool?
It is rare that a movie meets my expectations. It's even rarer when it exceeds my expectations. I haven't laughed that hard in a theater since Kung Fu Hustle.
Wow.
And I did piss myself during Kung Fu Hustle. And I'm pretty sure I might have come a little bit during Deadpool. Happy Female Empowerment Day.
Oh, man, that was probably the best part.
Best line in the movie.
I was actually telling Evan earlier, I have a fan theory. Deadpool takes place in the same universe as How I Met Your Mother.
Oh, wow.
Because when Morena Baccarat's character had the one date with Marshall, it went so poorly she quit the coffee shop and started working at the strip club. But because of her time with Marshall, Skee-Ball was very, very sexy to her. So when she meets Wade Wilson and he takes her to Skee-Ball, she's immediately reminded of Marshall, and therefore they become the Marshall and Lily of Deadpool. And I'm just waiting for an epic Skee-Ball throwdown between Marshall and Wade. I could just see Marshall walking into his college bar and seeing his name bumped from the prestigious top spot and going, "Who the fuck is Wade Wilson?"
All right, Evan, what are your thoughts on Deadpool?
My thoughts on Deadpool. Man, last time we did this, it was on The Force Awakens. Got an interesting reaction about my opinion from John and Rabbit. I don't know. What's the best way to express how damn this chair. Best way to express my thoughts on this movie. Let's see. It was everything I wanted it to be and more.
It was fucking
Those
beautiful.
opening credits that have no actual credits in them, but are perfectly honest.
And the jerking off the unicorn in the end credits.
Yes.
Yes, the Ryan Reynolds giving what is easily the best performance he has ever given in anything, having the time of his life.
What about
And
the
spending
baby
most-
hand?
The bullet hole in the seat of his pants.
No, baby hand.
Baby head.
Baby hand is good. It's gonna look so huge.
The multiple sex scenes for all the holidays.
Leslie Uggams,
Yes.
which everyone thinks is Oprah.
The incredibly narcissistic millennial that is Negasonic Teenage Warhead. And the way too good, as in you make Superman look like a fucking stripper colossus. And this beat The Amazing Spider-Man, in my opinion, for best Stan Lee cameo ever.
As a
And
DJ.
people who, if you have not seen this movie, the Stan Lee cameo alone would have gotten Deadpool its R rating.
To be perfectly honest, I'm one of the few people I know didn't care for the Stanley cameo. There could have been better.
Dude,
Because,
Expecting
oh,
more.
wait.
I'm
Listen,
just
I'm not
spoiling
saying good. I was expecting a little bit more.
listen. I don't know how many of you have been to strip clubs in the last, 10 years, but not a one of them has an octogenarian announcer. Now, I could have bought this if he was in, like, the VIP section, or even if he was the owner of the club, or a bartender, but the announcer and the DJ, not buying it.
Are you telling me that if Stan Lee showed up at a strip club, they wouldn't let him be the announcer?
No, because there's not a stripper in there that would drag him up on stage and try and give him a heart attack. Because he is salacious Stan Lee.
Oh man.
You know, the one
This is the
thing,
role he's been waiting for his whole life.
one thing that I was most worried about this movie was, him breaking the fourth wall. How is that going to be, and if they were going to actually play with it? And I
The
thought
answer
it
is
was
constantly.
fantastic. All of the rips that he makes on the multiple universes of Marvel, I thought were very tasteful.
Actually, I thought it was funny when he was picking on DC.
Yeah.
Or
He
even
made
better,
Oh God!
McAvoy or Stewart. I can't keep the timeline straight.
Don, I have to ask. Did you notice the coffee cup in the beginning?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Did you notice
And the Hugh Jackman mask. I have to mention the Hugh Jackman mask.
Peter.
Yeah, like right there on the street, there's Parker Avenue, and then there's Livefield, and then there's, what was the other one? But
We
the
could
three
fill
signs were all people's names.
the whole hour talking about Deadpool.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we
could.
I'm gonna have to cut it short there.
It was fucking awesome. If you haven't seen it, go fucking see it.
No, apparently everybody did. It's just the currently highest grossing premiere for an R-rated film ever!
Wait. Let's also be correct. It is also the highest grossing comic book film ever.
No, it's not.
No, highest grossing weekend. Opening weekend, they now hold the record.
Yep.
The end of the weekend, yeah. They haven't had their highest gross yet. They still got to beat Avengers.
Yet.
Yeah. But the sequel is already in the works. This was announced before the movie even came out. If you've watched the post-credit sequence, which I can tell you this and it doesn't spoil it, they point out Cable will be in the sequel if they have their way. We already have an actor who says he wants to be Cable, and I say fucking give it to him.
Yep.
Who?
Stephen Lang.
Okay,
Yeah.
there was rumors going around that they were looking at John Hamm, and I was
No.
like, dear God, no.
Not for kids.
I
Actually,
would put John Hamm in either the Marvel Cinematic Universe or the 20th Century Fox Mutantverse, but definitely not as that character.
Right.
you know who would be?
You know who he'd
I
be
mean,
awesome as?
Mr. Sinister?
Not so much. I mean, he'll do a great job no matter what he does, but that's not who I want him as. Peter Gyrick.
See, I like Stephen Lang as Cable, but there's one person I believe would do better.
Yeah, but Clint Eastwood would never do it.
No, fuck Clint Eastwood. Hell no.
No, you need somebody that was older, but I mean,
let me put it this way. This is a man who's done a majority of voices for most comic book franchises.
Oh, you want
Clancy Brown.
Clancy Brown.
He's
not as fit though. He's not fit enough.
Oh, he can get fit. If Ron Perlman could get fit, ooh, that wouldn't be a bad one either.
Like, to me, Stephen Lang's already the part. I think what I would like Clancy Brown to be is the voice of Master Mold.
Nah, he should be the voice of Galactus.
And a good sense of humor.
Oh, God, the awesomeness there! Okay, moving on.
Okay.
From a Marvel property to a former Marvel property, we have Transformers news. Good news and bad news. The bad news being Michael Bay is doing one more and it starts filming in May. The good news is he says he's not doing another one.
Well, there is a God, and they like us, sort of.
Also, we're apparently getting 3 Transformers sequels at least. One for each year. 2017, 2018, 2019, all in June. We got a piece of news for the Power Rangers movie that might raise one of John's eyebrows. It looks like we might have a Rita Repulsa.
Yeah, I heard about that one. Elizabeth Banks.
Yep.
Really?
And I'm okay with this.
I just hope she has a field day. Well, I mean, if Hunger Games taught us anything, it's if you give her a theatrical role, she'll go all out.
She'll go all the fucking way, yeah.
Yeah, pretty.
Gotta agree to that one.
I can see her just mastering her shrill voice right now. Make my mustache grow! We got the final trailer for Batman v Superman. And honestly, it's the best one so far, as in the only one they should have released.
No, good.
It's the only one that isn't spoilery.
It's already spoiled.
I know.
Not because of any actual content, the fact they're fucking making it.
Yeah, I know. I have no faith in film. Like I said before, I'll watch it. To me, the benefit it's got going for it is my expectations are so low, they might get some enjoyment out of me from it. That's about it. Speaking of X-Men, Bryan Singer has announced his next directorial project, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea.
Oh.
Which incidentally is one of my favorite live-action Disney movies.
Yeah, I like all of those.
It's not like Disney's just got going, fuck it, we can't come up with anything new, let's just do live action and all original properties.
It's all the Jules Verne stuff. No, they've already done, so much.
Yeah, 20,000 Leagues is, well, think of it this way, all of Disney's shit is classic stories, fairy tales.
I'm not sure Disney's the studio. They did the original, but 20,000 Leagues is actually a public domain. Any studio can make it.
Dude, it's got to be, because it's got to be the same people who probably did Journey to the Center of the Earth and Rock.
Those weren't by Disney either.
No, I know, but it's probably the same company. I'm willing to bet it's with the same group.
Well, hopefully somebody has better writers than that. There's 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Get like some hardcore sci-fi writer with some screenwriting experience and have him work on it. Speaking of sci-fi, we have a laughing man for Ghost in the Shell.
Woo!
Michael Pitt.
Woo! Now I want to see this. I didn't even want to see it, but now I do. I like Michael Pitt.
I'm trying to make sure I got it right. Isn't he the guy who played the dude who ate his own face in Hannibal? Or was that someone else?
That's someone else. Michael Pitt was on Boardwalk Empire season 1 and 2.
I still need to see that.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of my crimes. Speaking of crimes, Lionsgate is making a MacGyver movie.
Why?
Why?
Yeah.
I heard they were going to remake the series for like Netflix and stuff like that, like they were doing with the whole Full House thing. But
Actually, Jay, you are correct. It is the same guy who ate his face in Hannibal.
I knew it. Really?
Yep.
Also, Evan's right. It is the dude who ate his face in Hannibal. You're right.
Yep.
Damn, man, I gotta go back to that. All right, we'll watch that one.
Speaking of things that won't go away, we're getting another Saw sequel, also from Lionsgate.
Why? Come on, movies. Knock this shit off.
For the same reason we keep getting Transformers movies, even though they're notoriously bad. There'll always be someone dumb enough to watch them.
I suppose.
Latest Super Bowl trailer for the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles sequel coming out gave us our first glimpse at Kang. And I'm not going to lie, at least visually speaking, they did Kang justice.
Yeah, dude, I'm sorry to admit, I got to agree with you. The trailers I've seen for the second one, god damn it, I kind of want to see it.
I'm not going to lie, I'm sticking to my guns, but it's taking some will.
I mean, it's going to be shit.
I'm going to do
It's
what I
Michael
wish I had
Bay.
done with the first one and just let YouTube give me the highlights.
Yeah, it's Michael Bay. It's going to be shit. I don't expect much out of it, but fuck, I kind of want to see it now. We didn't even get decent Bebop and Rocksteady back in the day.
I know.
We got Toka and Razor.
That's not it. You know, I mean, it doesn't even stop there. Oh.
Let's see, speaking of monsters, Universal's need to recreate its monster movies continues with The Invisible Man, who apparently will be played by Johnny Depp.
No sense. This makes no sense to me.
Yeah, I'm with Jay on this one. I love Johnny
Why
Depp,
would you
but
put a fucking pretty boy who's known for like always taking on a great character and say you're fucking invisible? We want your voice.
yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do that, give it to somebody like Jeremy Irons.
Actually, you know who would have been the best for The Invisible Man? Fuck, I forgot his name. He played, my precious, fuck, what was his name?
Andy Serkis?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
because if you're doing The Invisible Man right in the 21st century, you're going to use mocap to do the invisibility.
I mean, it's wash my hands. Move on.
Let's talk about Triple X, the return of Xander Cage.
No, let's not.
No, we're going to.
Do we have to?
Yes, for this reason, because I'm a Donnie Yen fan. Jet Li has left the movie, Donnie Yen has taken his place. I want people to know who Donnie Yen is. I don't care if it takes a shitty movie to do it. I want people to know Donnie Yen.
But it's Triple X.
Yeah, so we'll watch it because it's Vin Diesel. And let's be honest, Lethal Weapon 4 wasn't that good a movie, but it got Jet Li going. This could be what Donnie Yen needs. He should already be more famous than he is in this country.
Well, I agree, but still, it's Triple X. Just no.
John, why don't I talk about something you might like, okay? Like I don't know, like The Expendables, but for horror movie people. Like if they have Robert Englund and Danny Trejo and Ken Foray. I'm talking about Death House. There's a movie called Death House coming out, and it's happening.
Yes, I know. I've heard about it, and I'm thoroughly excited that we're getting Expendables for horror people.
Yes.
No, I will say, I'm disappointed. Bruce Campbell is not in it yet.
And my guess is that's mainly due to a scheduling concern since he's got a television show and all.
I don't care.
Which we'll be getting into later.
I don't care. He should be in it.
Maybe he'll be a surprise cameo. You never know.
Worked for Jason Mewes in the Feast movies.
Actually, I kind of like the idea of him being the guy who gives him the jobs. But anyway, moving on to TV, we got our first trailers for the new new season of Archer called Archer PI.
I haven't seen it.
I'm just waiting for the next one after that with Archer Airwolf.
My coffee cup is empty. Oh yeah, sure. Pick this time to shut up.
Well, you're the one
watching me just off camera, pouring what's left of my coffee into the cup. I did not make enough coffee. Son of a...
Wah, baby wants a Zima. Moving on.
No, baby wants some fucking coffee. What do I look like, an Englishman? Anyway. Oh, I have a friend who's going to be pissed at me for saying that. Anyway.
The Rebel live.
Speaking of more things that John likes, they are currently filming the second season of Blunt Talk.
Huzzah!
If you're saying, what the hell does that have to do with being a geek, I'm going to say, fuck you, it's Blunt Talk. We love that show.
Sir.
And Patrick Stewart taking his awesome to 11.
It's bad when Patrick Stewart in an interview says, I've done things on this show that I never thought I would do. If you have not watched Blunt Talk, watch Blunt Talk.
Oh, God, yes. Let's see. Recent episode of Arrow revealed a connection to Felicity and a well-known DC villain known as the Calculator, where it turns out she's his daughter. For those who don't know, the Calculator is a very cheesy villain from the Silver Age who got reimagined in the infamous Identity Crisis miniseries as essentially what the character of Oracle is to superheroes, the Calculator is to supervillains. So yeah, fitting.
In many ways.
The Walking Dead has cast Alicia Witt for its next season.
Yay!
Because we like sexy redheads. I really, really like sexy redheads. Coffee.
Well, no wonder you like me so much.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my.
Let's just say, John, I'm looking forward to celebrating Women's Empowerment Day with you.
Oh, Evan. That's every day.
We got new promos for Daredevil Season 2. One was a quick little teaser promo that gave us our first bit of dialogue from Frank Castle. Plus, we got a promo for a promo today. Tomorrow is when the actual promo comes out, but they gave us a little hint where you can clearly hear the Punisher saying, "You're just one bad day away from being me."
But there is one other teaser we got today about a trailer release.
Uh-oh.
March 3rd. You know what happened March 3rd?
If it ain't Daredevil Season 2...
March 3rd is when we find out who we're going to call.
Ghostbusters!
Yes.
I'm not going to lie, I enjoy seeing the pictures of Chris Hemsworth as the Janine character. And he really is the Janine character. Speaking of things based on comics, we got our first look at BD Wong as Hugo Strange in Gotham, and he looks awesome, John. He looks perfect.
I don't care. Fucking BD Wong.
Netflix has released the first promo image and logo for their Voltron series.
Why can't we get a new Robotech series? That'd be nice. Have the same people that did Pacific Rim do Robotech. I'll be happy with that.
Oh, fuck me. I'd masturbate to that.
Actually, even better, have them do Gundam.
Oh, fuck. John, if that's making you cum your pants, Preacher has cast their Air Star. You remember Air Star, right, John?
Oh, yeah.
Possibly the unluckiest villain in comic book history. Guess who's playing him?
That would be Jackie Earle Haley.
Damn, Skippy. I can't wait for him to get that scar across the top of his face that makes his head look like a penis.
Yep.
Oh, speaking of things so good, it actually even made Jacob almost come. Actually, Jacob's immediate response when I shared him with the news with him was, "Take my money." The Star Trek series is coming out exclusively on the CBS Online thing that you'll have to pay for. Well, apparently CBS said, if we're going to make people pay for this, we better make it worth their money. They have a showrunner. His name is Brian Fuller.
Nice.
Yes, Pushing Daisies, Hannibal, the other good season of Heroes. That's the man in charge of Star Trek now. To quote my roommate, take my fucking money.
I'm sorry if some of the bills are stuck together.
Let's see, on the Late Late Show, yeah, why are we talking about the Late Late Show? Because ever since I was a child, I've had a crush on an actress named Mayim Bialik. Back when I knew her as Blossom.
Mm-hmm.
And have you heard about the whole thing with Pierce Morgan and Susan Sarandon?
Yeah.
Because he felt her outfit was in poor taste at the SAG Awards for the In Memorial section because she was showing some cleavage. Personally, okay, first of all, it's an award ceremony with a bunch of movies and television actors. They're always showing cleavage all the time anyway. It's an entire room of people showing cleavage. Some of the men are showing cleavage, for fuck's sake.
Have you ever seen Danny DeVito show up to one of those?
Yeah. And second of all, I don't care if the person's naked. It's not in poor taste. It's a natural part of the body. There's nothing wrong with it. And apparently, Mayim Bialik agrees with me. As Pierce Morgan was explaining the whole cleavage gate thing, and her face got more and more annoyed until finally Pierce Morgan points out how people have been sending in pictures of cleavage. So she decided that since she identifies as a feminist, she just do it right there in person.
Wow.
She's my hero. Haley Atwell has been cast in a pilot recently, making people wonder what the future of the Agent Carter series is. Especially me, as I consider it more interesting and superior to Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I enjoy Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but Agent Carter is better.
Mm-hmm. No, I agree with that one. But we'll see. You know, actors do multiple projects at once all the time.
Yeah, but if this gets taken to series, it means she might not have the time to do another season of Agent Carter. We'll see. We'll see. Going back to our theme of why are they bringing this back, Amazon has announced that they'll be ordering a 13-episode season of Thunderbirds Are Go.
No way.
Oh, dear God.
My brain hurts.
No way.
Okay, look, Hollywood, people in the world, we got our Thunderbirds Are Go. We had it back in the day. We even had a great revival with Team America.
I was about to say.
But we don't need any more fucking marionettes.
Well, what bothers me is it's a CG series.
Which makes it even worse.
Like, what makes the Thunderbirds and all those series so good were that they were marionettes. I don't want anything other than a marionette. Maybe you have some kind of tongue-in-cheek way of combining the marionettes with CG, alright. Oh god, marionettes on just like all green screen, like those really bad Doctor Who shows from the 70s when they got really excited with chroma key. I'd watch that just for the tackiness. Anyway, moving on. We have casting news for Ash vs. the Evil Dead.
Ooh, who we got now?
Well, the second season has cast the $6 million man himself, John, Lee Majors.
Ooh.
But we don't care about that. You know why? Because the casting announcement I have been waiting for since they announced this show has finally been confirmed. Season 2 of Ash vs. the Evil Dead, we will have Ted motherfucking Raimi!
Oh, okay.
Shit.
Cool.
It ain't Evil Dead unless Sam gets to really abuse his little brother.
I need to cut a clip on that.
Also, AMC has announced a new talk show called Geeking Out, which will be hosted by Kevin Smith and Greg Grunberg.
Ooh.
Which sounds like a talk show I basically want to watch. A talk show all about geeks being geeks.
Yeah, a talk show you want to get on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be careful when using words like that when you involve Kevin Smith.
Yeah.
Talking about a man, one of his catchphrases is put a dick in your mouth.
Yep.
But yeah, I want to get on that show.
Exactly. We all know it's okay. New millennium and all that happy horseshit.
And going back to the why the fuck are they bringing this back and oh dear god why, finally Lethal Weapon has cast their rigs.
Fuck.
Damon Wayans.
No, I mean, if you're gonna use a Wayans, at least use Keenan Ivory Wayans.
He's the smart one. He's the one who's taking out the spotlight.
Okay,
Last
Damon
time I heard from
Wayans.
David Wayans, he was talking about how some of the women who claim to have been raped by Bill Cosby are unrapeable. I don't like him these days.
Hell, give Sean Wayans the job. What's Chris Tucker doing nowadays?
Getting high.
Probably.
Moving on to video game news. Business partners Hideo Kojima and Guillermo del Toro showed up at the most recent DICE Summit to talk about their future plans. I read what some of those were last week, but it's been a week, and things have happened, and now I don't remember.
Then why bring it up?
Well, because now people know to look, just do a Google search for DICE Summit, Hideo Kojima, Guillermo del Toro. Also, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shadows of the Past, the board game, has started its Kickstarter, in case you want to donate money to that. Because it'll be better than the movies. We have a release date for the new Doom.
Yeah, I saw this.
Oh, I saw the trailer for that one. I may have to buy the new Doom because it looks fucking kick-ass.
Well, it'll be out May 13th.
I know.
Another series being brought back, Onimusha, looks like it may be getting a reboot soon.
Wookie, get out of there. Get out of there.
Only if they bring back Jean Reno.
No.
Because he was fucking epic in Onimusha 3.
Yeah. I just love Onimusha. I love feudal era Japan, and this is basically Resident Evil in feudal era Japan, where instead of fighting like zombies and mutants, you're fighting yokai.
Yeah, demons and yokai.
Yeah, it's great.
Yep.
Also, PlayStation 4 has released a hint that maybe, just maybe, it looks like pretty soon we're getting a new Crash Bandicoot for the PS4.
Okay, PlayStation, you know you're hurt when you're scraping the Bandicoot barrel again. I mean, what's next? We're going to get another Spyro? Oh, wait, you can't because he's involved in that whole Skylanders shit.
Speaking of things we may already have too much of, Call of Duty is having another game coming out this year from Infinity Ward.
Hell, they're running out of shit to do.
I don't care.
How many Call of Duties are there? Jeez, I think there's more Call of Duties than there are Maddens now. Somebody has decided to redo Duck Hunt.
Ooh.
No.
Virtual reality.
Okay, I could actually see Duck Hunt with the Oculus Rift. That might actually be fun.
So someone's already done it. They've already made a VR Duck Hunt.
Is the dog in it?
I'm pretty sure he is. Hopefully you can shoot him.
He better be.
Is it Duck Dynasty?
No, I don't think they can fit enough racist tropes into that.
Now I see the dog being replaced by friggin' the grandpa.
Keep the Mexicans out!
Build walls! The side!
Oh my god.
Destiny 2, the sequel to the hit Destiny, will be coming out next year, 2017.
Man, I hope they put a little more polish on this one than they did the last one, because there was a lot of bugs when they released that.
For the talking up of Destiny and how it just let so many people down.
And I believe it's Ubisoft that owns this property. They've announced there will be no Assassin's Creed games for 2016.
Oh.
I'm okay with this.
Slow down with that anyway. They were like kind of popping them out every.
Yeah, it's like the Rihanna video games.
Yeah.
It's just their story very slowly paced.
Honestly, if they're smart, the next Assassin's Creed will take place during the Civil War.
I like the idea of an Assassin's Creed taking place in whatever future they make.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god, wouldn't that be awesome if it turns out all the stories that we thought were from the dude in present day was actually his descendant. Anyway, comic book news. Marvel has shown some of their variant covers for Women of Power. I guess is for Women's History Month, showcasing a lot of their more popular characters such as Captain Marvel and Ms. Marvel, taking center stage on the covers. Because comic books is a medium where we kind of have a lot to make up to that gender.
Yes.
We have Rob Liefeld alone means we have a lot we need to make up for.
Oh, no. Rob Liefeld has to make up to all genders. If you want a writer and artist needs to make up to women, that's Frank Miller. Because, hey, it's Miller time.
Anyway, that's his next review. He's going back to that. Oh, God. And they also announced for Free Comic Book Day we'll be getting our first glimpse at the all different Wasp, and that Dan Slott will be writing a little piece because he's the official writer of the Dead No More thing they've been hinting at.
Mm-hmm.
Which to me further shows that this has got to be Spider-Man related because Dan Slott has been the main Spider-Man writer for like the last 6 or 7 years.
I swear if Spider-Man...
I
was going to say, I swear if Spider-Man doesn't get a cameo in the next Deadpool film, I'm going to be disappointed.
He can't get a cameo in the next Deadpool film.
God, I can hope, though.
Okay, here's what I want to happen. You put him in an X-Men movie. And you make it so that he's fully aware it's PG-13 and he can only say fuck once. Now, I mentioned this before. It's just like some fan online says it should happen. They spend the whole movie looking for the absolute right moment, and when it comes, Wolverine says it, and Deadpool is in the background losing his shit over this. Except, here's what I suggest. When the time comes, it's not Wolverine who says it, it's Cyclops. And Deadpool is still losing his shit in the background. It's just at the same time you have Wolverine going, no, you never use language like that again. No.
You're the leader. You're not supposed to use language like that.
No, I love that because that's an actual moment that happened in the comic once. Cyclops said a cuss word, and Wolverine was like, no, you do not do that. Do not ever do that. That does not sound right coming from your mouth. Speaking of, like, uber straight-laced characters, Superman has finally gotten his powers back last week. Sort of. Because for some reason, whenever you fuck with Superman's powers, you got to make them less sensical. Now, instead of just having, like, the vision that sees everything, he can feel different electromagnetic spectrums, like radio signals, and it makes no fuck. Just leave it alone.
And you wonder why I don't like Superman.
That's editorial, not the character.
They just can't leave well enough alone.
There we go. That I can agree with. Also, in the most recent appeal, the Siegel estate has lost to Warner Brothers again. For those wondering, Jerry Siegel, the family of one of the two guys who made Superman, that DC did in fact screw them over, but they had a settlement in 2001 basically saying that both families continue to get royalties, but DC basically keeps the character. But the Siegel family has been constantly fighting them and doing appeals over and over again. And basically now it's gotten to the point only the Supreme Court can take their side and say, yeah. And I doubt that's going to happen.
Pretty much.
Moving on to something more awesome, McDonald's.
How is that awesome?
For you guys to get confused. They have announced that they will now have Happy Meals that come with books.
Okay. I can get behind that.
I know.
No. Not going to have them peddle their nasty second-rate food. There's education. The promise of an education.
See, Chick-fil-A always does, like, educational toys. They don't do, like, popular shit.
I bet it's going to be a training manual for how to work in McDonald's.
Actually, they already announced them. They're basically the small children's books.
That's the golden books.
Yep.
Yeah. Cinema Purgatorio is a horror anthology comic, which will be written by Alan Moore with various artists. It has started as Kickstarter. So if you want to support good comics by crazy guys with ridiculous facial hair, who just happen to be geniuses that gave us Watchmen, get to it.
Which is also why you need to vote for Vermin Supreme.
Oh, and Kevin O'Neill will be doing the art, which it's always good to look at Kevin O'Neill art. He's the only guy whose art was banned by the Comics Code, basically just for the way he draws lines. This is something that might interest you, John. As you may remember, one of the new series that Marvel has with all new, all different Marvel was Spidey, which was them doing the high school Spider-Man stuff. Well, they announced they're going to take the first story arc and reprint it in their Treasury edition.
Ooh. My.
We have not seen a Treasury edition since the early 80s.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, it was basically sort of like, kind of like what trade paperbacks are today. That's what Treasury editions used to be way back then, like extra stuff and all that on top of like reprints. This is something that's going to raise Jixie's eyebrows.
Mm-hmm.
Look out for Batman number 50 coming out soon, as one of the variant covers will be drawn by Chris Daughtry.
What?
Yes, that Chris Daughtry.
You fucking serious?
Yes.
Just the cover.
Yes, he is drawing a cover for the 50th issue.
I gotta see this.
Okay, let me get this straight. They're giving a washed-up hack like Chris Daughtry a fucking variant cover, and I can't sell my shit?
No, Gerard Way also has a very popular comic book career.
Chris Daughtry was a washed-up hack because more or less he was already driftwood. I mean, he's just shit that came up on shore, man.
We all know the way the entertainment industry works is that you fail upwards.
Yeah, I mean, guy was never really that awesome.
And that is not the strangest, like, career direction that led to comic book art. I mean, look at Nicola Scott. Australian supermodel actress. Currently a comic book artist. And a really good one.
I feel bad enough about myself.
Plans have been, Marvel has announced some of their plans, including various variant covers, because guess what's happening this year?
Reboot?
75th anniversary of Captain America.
What?
Oh, he's got a movie coming out this year, too. Good timing.
Yeah, he does.
Let's see. Veronica Fish has been announced as the new ongoing artist for Archie. And in a move that even John has to admit makes waves, Jughead in his comic has made it perfectly clear and officially announced that, yes, he is in fact asexual, getting a combined response of a duh from the rest of us.
No, not buying it.
You think he's fucking Archie, don't you?
Yeah, because the crown makes Jughead the king, and Archie is his queen.
Oh my goodness.
You know, it's funny. I remember watching Deadpool, and every time I watch Deadpool, I'm going to think about chasing Amy, because I'm like, that ski ball was important in that romance, too. Which, by the way, I have to commend them on this, going back to the Deadpool movie. I love how they did a really good job of hiding in the trailers just how fucked up Miranda Baccarat's character is.
Yeah.
Like, in the trailer, she really does come up as just the basic, what I call the designated pussy. The girl whose only job in a movie is to be the love interest of the guy and has no character. That's how she seems in the trailer. You watch the movie, she is such a messed up human being.
Okay, I'm
It's
sorry.
like, no wonder her and Wade are getting together.
Right.
You had to love the knife in his head, seeing all the unicorns and shit, and she just mouths the word asshole.
So I'm basically just saying I want to give excellent credit to the editing job for the people who did the trailers, because you can't watch those trailers and see that coming. Not to mention just the scene where Weasel describes his face going on and on and on.
I can see like the gag reels and the extended stuff when they release it, because God, could you imagine the banter they went through?
Oh, I can't wait to watch the deleted scenes.
I'm there with Evan. I want to see the deleted scenes. I want to see the blooper reels. I want to see exactly how many times Morena Baccarin made Ryan Reynolds lose his shit.
Oh, it was so good. So good.
That's like 2 superheroes she's banged now. Remember, she's currently dating the guy who plays Gordon on Gotham. And they're having a kid together. Anyway, going back to the Jesus Christ, people, will you let comics in schools already? 2 Florida districts have banned the indie comic This One Summer, a coming-of-age tale about a young girl who's not quite at puberty, but just shy of it, but just about to get there, and starts to develop an interest in the older kids, including like one teenager who's pregnant. Now, it's been banned in a couple of elements because it was not for young kids, it's for teenagers. However, one of the 2 districts also banned it in their high school.
That's just dumb.
Yeah. And keep in mind, this thing is like, by today's standards, I see how some conservative parents are like, no, they shouldn't be seeing this stuff, but it's no worse than Monster Squad from what I got of it.
Yeah.
And this is a multi-Eisner winning comic. The kind of comic we need more of. The kind of comic you could actually give to a girl, because it's not just superheroes and skin-tight outfits.
I actually picked up a good one for that for my birthday.
Awesome.
Yeah, my brothers gave me the 2-edition set of Sex Criminals.
Oh, God. You know, I think I need to get a copy of that and give it to Dixie as a future anniversary present.
I don't they got that for you at all.
Huh?
I don't find it surprising that they got that for him at all.
No, it's like, if you, do you guys know about Sex Criminals?
I've heard of it. I don't know much more than that.
Yeah, I actually had to poke fun at my little brother going, okay, did you actually read these, or did you just pick them because my name matches the lead character?
I hope their answer was yes.
Actually, he had said no, it was recommended, but bonus points for him for getting the name.
Speaking of a name that generally impresses you, John, Eric Powell is relaunching his old independent publishing company, Albatross Funny Books.
Ooh, yay.
We like Eric Powell. He gave us The Goo. And Big Man Plans was one of the best miniseries of 2015, if you have the stomach for it.
Yep.
Just in time for Season 2 of the Netflix series, Marvel, by sheer coincidence, is releasing a Daredevil Punisher miniseries. Being written by current Daredevil writer, former lawyer Charles Soule.
Yay!
In a move that I can only describe as supremely masturbatory, DC Comics has released their 50-second issue variants for their titles, where they're having artists do tributes to the covers of the first issues of the New 52 comics.
Okay, that's not even masturbatory at that point in time. That's like public indecency.
No, it's masturbatory, but it's masturbatory in the sense of that one nerdy kid in Clerks 2 who's crying while he jerks off to the donkey show.
Yeah, no, it's not even that bad. It's literally just standing out in traffic and whacking your weasel. Hi, neighbor!
I'm like, Jesus Christ. You know, at least when Marvel decides we're going to do a tribute to our covers, it's something that has stood the test of time, is a well-known cover, someone who hasn't even read a comic might know it, sort of a thing. They're only going back 5 years and saying, look at what we've done! Not only that, but it's like, hey, everybody, celebrate one of our biggest fuck-ups! Hey, John, remember Mad Balls?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Well, Roar Comics is giving them a 4-issue miniseries.
Why?
Because they can, and nostalgia. Don't worry, a little bit later tonight we're going to get to something else from the 80s, an old fad that's come back in a fun way.
I think I get
And
yolk in
also,
my mouth.
finally, for comic books, apparently that Dirk Gently miniseries must have done well, because we're getting another one. A Spoon Too Short from IDW. Now, Jixie, let this be a lesson to you.
Ow.
There is a cost for when you guys can't make an episode, when things, granted, we had no control over the stuff that happened last week, but here's the downside to when we skip a week. We have twice as many obituaries to get through. Michael Feeney, Daily News reporter, age 32. This one, I'm guessing this one may hurt Jay a bit. Benoit Violier, sorry if I mispronounced the name, age 44, from World's Best Chef.
Yeah.
At age 92, comedian Bob Elliott. Oh god, this one hurts. Age 63, Joe Alasky, voice actor. You probably know him best as Bugs Bunny or Daffy Duck.
Wow.
At age 41, Dave Mira, famous BMX biking athlete.
That one hit pretty hard.
That one hit
actually.
us pretty hard because I just saw him on the Tuesday prior to. That one really hit me hard.
It hit the whole town of Greenville hard.
Yeah.
WWE wrestler Axel Rotten. At age 27, actor Raphael Schumacher. This one's just tragic. Playboy model and queen of Snapchat, Katie May, at age 34. The writer, one of the writers for Big Hero 6, Daniel Gerson, at age 49. One of the original actors to play Tom Sawyer, at age 90, Tommy Kelly. 44-year-old UFC legend Kevin Randleman.
Yep. Holy shit.
Fuck this one. Independent comic book publisher Alvin Buenaventura. And finally, Supreme Court Justice Antonin Scalia at age 79.
Mm.
We can do some science now.
Science!
For most of this month, the planets Mercury, Venus, Saturn, Mars, and Jupiter are in alignment. So if you have just a cheap telescope, you can check that out.
I know, I can finally open the gates of Galash. Ah!
Hard ass.
Somewhere out there, John, is your Vanessa.
You have no idea.
Anyway, news that will make you want to get a spinal injury that only affects you from the waist down. It is now possible to get a reasonably priced exoskeleton to help you walk. Someone has developed a budget exoskeleton for that very specific purpose.
Well, if they can make those ridiculous little hoverboards.
They're not fucking hoverboards, first.
I know that, they're just retarded segways.
Going back to John's usual question of can you fuck it, a fossilized daddy longlegs has made the news, mostly because it got stuck in amber while having a massive erection.
Yep.
Speaking of bugs that can cause a massive erection, a brand new species of spider has been given the name Aphanopelma johnnycashi because they named it after Johnny Cash.
Well, It killed a man in Reno just to watch him die.
Well, spiders are known for walking the line.
Oh.
And causing a ring of fire.
Let's see. We have using not LiDAR, but some other kind of laser detecting device. We have found what Einstein theorized 100 years ago, actual electromagnetic gravitational waves.
And it's fucking epic.
Yes. Also taking a look at some old tree rings, we have learned that there may be some connection to the rise and fall of empires and climate change. Hint, hint, hint.
Hey, look, I still believe World War III's coming and it's our turn to beat Germany.
I don't think we're confident enough to beat Germany. Anyway.
Well, we're certainly not efficient enough.
Speaking of gravity, there is currently a Kickstarter which I may need to give some money to because somebody found a way to counteract the electromagnetic gravitational pull that gives us just enough with a pair of shoes to be able to simulate what it's like to walk on the moon. With what they call moonwalker shoes.
Oh my God, can you imagine the holiday trust this is going to get? You remember moon boots when we were kids?
Oh.
Snap your ankle off.
Pretty much.
A rare albino baby sea turtle was born recently.
No.
And promptly eaten.
They call it Albie. I choose to call it vanilla soup. I'm a horrible person. NASA has recently set it up so that you can actually take a look at Mars in more or less real time. You can actually control the rover up there, so you can get a 360-degree look using any device that's connected to the internet to take a look at Mars. I actually did it earlier today. It's kind of fun. We've also found that right behind the Milky Way some galaxies we didn't know were there before. You'd think we wouldn't lose things as big as galaxies, but fuck, space is big.
Yeah, you know, the Milky Way's got a very ample ass, and it's very easy to lose things behind it. We're like the Kardashian of galaxies. Just big ol' ass and useless.
Yeah, she does have a big ass, but I don't like to talk about Kanye too much on this show.
Hi-oh.
Let's see. NASA has recently released some really awesome-looking retro-style posters to promote future space travel. Please tell me you saw these, John.
I did, actually, and as much as I appreciate them, I've never been a fan of NASA's old-school stuff. Honestly, the Russian space agency had better propaganda. They had better design.
I just get this image in my head of a Russian poster that looks a lot like the National Lampoon's first issue cover. It's just a dog, a gun to a dog's head, and and you can translate it to, like, support our space program, and we'll shoot this dog, ... into space. And finally, going back to LiDAR, basically radar with lasers, someone decided to use it on England, and we actually found some ancient Roman roads as a result.
Not surprising.
Moving on, finally, to our final installment for the evening miscellaneous. In Gloucester, where we've been recently on this show reporting on the crimes of Spider-Man and Deadpool, Superman refuses to go on the dark side, especially since everybody hated Superman 3. And in Gloucester,
Gloucester.
a man dressed as Superman stopped an ATM robbery.
It's pronounced Gloucester.
Sorry. I've always been bad about that. They have weird pronunciations there. Yes, Gloucester. Thank you. I'm just saying. I just like to imagine this from the point of view of the guy who's doing the hold-up at the ATM. when fucking Superman is stopping you.
Yeah.
Let's see, for the Sapporo Snow Festival in Japan, they made a really awesome Dragon Ball Z snow sculpture. Please tell me you guys saw this.
Yep.
I feel like because John doesn't have hair anymore, he's got to play with his hat.
Fuck you.
Also in Japan, the cab drivers have been reporting that they've developed a habit of picking up ghosts from the tsunami flood 5 years ago.
See, we really need to know who to call.
Yeah, it's not just one or two of them. Apparently it's a whole lot of cab drivers, so that's creepy. Speaking of cab drivers, Harley Quinn was in the news. Sorry, let me rephrase that. Harley Quinn Smith was in the news.
Yeah.
Kevin Smith's daughter, as apparently a couple of guys claiming to be Uber drivers who clearly were not and probably had less than good intentions, made the mistake, tried to actually claim that they were the Uber for Kevin Smith's daughter, who was not only smart enough to realize, yeah, no, but also tweeted to be on the lookout for the fake Uber drivers. Kevin Smith, who has got to be one of the most awesome dads ever, when he found out about this, made her a cake that said, "Sorry, men suck."
You know what? I'm just waiting for Kevin Smith to have to go the way of Liam Neeson.
I've got a certain set of skills. Now let me get on my knees and put your dick in my mouth. That's what he was. Hasbro and Mattel apparently are in talks for a potential merger.
That'll be interesting. That's
Yeah, really.
That's some big product lines.
So remember earlier when we were talking about Mad Balls, I said another 80s craze is going to pop up?
Uh-huh.
Guess what new installments have been released?
Oh, God, what?
Garbage Pail Kids, with new cards based on the current political candidates.
Oh, good lord.
I'm down for it.
Let's see, Funko Toys has released images of their some of their upcoming Dorbs figures, including Deadpool, Suicide Squad, and I'm not gonna lie, the Netflix Daredevil Dorbs is so cute. I never thought I would ever use that word to describe any version of Daredevil, but it's true. Now, if only they can make a Deadpool one that pole dances. Anyway, Sideshow Figures is releasing a Gamora action figure. Because somebody out there finally listened when people complained about there being no female action figures.
Agreed.
Speaking of gender, an artist took a picture of David Bowie, and I guess as a way of dealing with his death, took that image and redrew it as pretty much everyone. So if you want to know what Bowie would look like if he was Batman, the Joker, Lion-O, and various other characters.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's kind of cashing in. I'm not a big fan of stuff like that.
Yeah.
You hear about the guy who actually has a mold of David Bowie's face?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I don't want to know what he does with it.
He recreates David Bowie's looks throughout the years.
Yeah, that's different. That's
It's
an homage.
beautiful. Yeah.
Let's see. In a Westfield mall, some people decided to play Mario Kart. And I don't mean this is one of the few malls left with an arcade and they played it there. No. They decided to be the Mario Kart characters and play the game and race through the mall.
Yeah.
You shake your head, Pixie. Don't act like you wouldn't do it if you had the chance.
Oh, I totally fucking
What did they
would.
use? What I'm trying to figure out, like, did they have shells?
They probably made.
Banana peels?
Yes.
I can't say anything. I've already done that in real life.
If you're an 80s X-Men fan,
Yes.
then there's a Lila Cheney music video on
really?
YouTube, complete with Dazzler and the old school New Mutants.
Oh, really?
I need to check it. I tried to watch it. I did not have time. This was another, literally minutes before it became up is when I finished compiling the list. And I had to take a few minutes to make coffee because coffee's important.
Coffee.
Yeah. Which, oh God. I gotta, speaking of coffee, hold on just a moment here. Because coffee is going to be a new part of my lifestyle now that I actually have a real, honest-to-God coffee maker, I decided I needed a way to transport it.
Good choice.
Reliable.
Mm-hmm.
Good in the fight, too.
Speaking of YouTube, Hideo Kojima has his own YouTube channel.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Look it up if you want to know what his favorite movies are for 2015. Speaking of female action figures, one person decided a character is so awesome, they're giving her whole, literally an entire line of action figures involving this character and all of her variations of costumes.
God, please say it's Tank Girl.
That'd be awesome.
Harley Quinn.
Harley
So now you said that, I really want to see Harley Quinn dressed as Tank Girl. That's one of the figures.
I want to see just the two of them reverse costumes.
That'd be cool.
Crossover!
I want to see the two of them do it.
That'd be awesome. Harley Quinn Tank Girl.
I know, I'm still very...
Also have
That's good.
released the images for their upcoming Marvel roleplay accessories, and if you're obsessed with detail, you're gonna love these. And finally, our final story for this evening. We would like to wish a very happy birthday to Pris. Today is the day the popular and sexy replicant from Blade Runner is activated.
Happy birthday to you. It's full of stars.
See, I feel weird need to do it like those robot things from Mirror Mask. Oh God, I love that scene.
Ghostbusters was wrong.
Yep.
It wasn't the end of the world today. Ghostbusters was wrong.
Valentine's Day.
2006.
Not over yet.
Yeah, we still got another couple hours.
It's true. As Deadpool breaks world records.
Yeah, that's not the sign of the apocalypse. You know what surprised me the most about that movie? They actually had the pathos of the character in there.
Yeah.
It's
I
amazing.
agree.
I love that movie so much.
It was good.
I just wish they stole a joke from the Deadpool video game and had him rewrite the script halfway through.
I was hoping for more voices in the head, you know.
Yeah,
That aspect of it.
I mean, okay, there's one thing I'll say about Deadpool, and then I'll leave it at that. I think Ryan Reynolds did a great job.
Yeah.
There is one actor I believe would have done a better job.
Whoa.
I disagree, but go ahead.
Johnny Knoxville.
No.
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 You can argue that all you want.
He could have played a good weasel.
Yeah.
No.
Here's the
definitely
problem
not.
with Johnny Knoxville. He's not an actor, and you need an actor to play Deadpool.
Well, I'll agree with you that, but by the same
If
token,
Johnny Knoxville was in that movie, I wouldn't care about him as a character like I did in the film.
well, I mean, part of the reason Ryan Reynolds was so good as that character is because he spent the last 10 years fighting to get it made.
Yeah. There's a lot of passion behind that project.
Absolutely.
Apparently most of the marketing was his ideas. And I like how in the interview he said he's only 70% sure he's not the one who leaked the footage. So that does it this week. With me, of course, was everyone's favorite geek couple, Jixie,
Bye.
the Dwarficon, John Little,
Goodbye, everybody.
And I am, of course, your friendly neighborhood geekazoid in my Deadpool leather jacket. And I just want, and we'll catch you next week, as we do almost every week, at 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Until then, just call me Angel in the morning.